Next on Worcester News Tonight, the city of Worcester aims to combat youth vaping with a new public service campaign. Plus, a company which helps to place international students at area schools abruptly shuts down, leaving students and schools in limbo. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. The state's Department of Public Health reports the first vaping-related death in Massachusetts. A woman in her 60s in Hampshire County has died. In Worcester, the city's Board of Health is stepping up efforts to spread the word about the dangers associated with vaping. Dr. Michael Hirsch says the city manager requested the Board of Health create a campaign. Hirsch says they're working with students at Holy Cross to create a series of videos which will serve as public service announcements. He says it's crucial to get in front of this issue.
There's no evidence that vaping is a smoke cessation device. And there is a lot of evidence now with 121 cases here in the Commonwealth that it's causing a lot of harm.
Dr. Hirsch says there will be a symposium discussing vaping and the impact on lungs November 6th at City Hall. The Board of Health also giving an update on TREY in Worcester during tonight's meeting. Dr. Hirsch is reminding people the threat is still here and will be here until the first frost. He's encouraging people to still take the proper precautions to avoid mosquitoes between dusk and dawn. There have been 12 human cases of TREY this season in Massachusetts, and 3 people have died. A company which helps to place international students at private schools shuts its doors, affecting several schools across Massachusetts. Our Chandler Walsh spoke with Bancroft School today and has more on the steps they've taken to come to a resolution.
The information on EduBoston's website has been taken down. We've reached out to the company and its owner with no response. The owner notified families and schools he would be closing weeks ago. Private Catholic schools are affected, including some here in Worcester. The Bancroft School in Worcester was left without a foreign exchange partner when a company called EduBoston unexpectedly closed its doors last month. It recruited Chinese students to attend schools, and their families paid tuition through them. Hundreds of students around the state are affected, including 14 at Bancroft.
When you're talking about a student who's come all the way from China to live here for 4 years, it's a big risk that they're taking, and I always refer to them as very, very brave.
Head of school TREY CASSIDY says the company also provided housing and communication in Mandarin back to the families in China. He says the closure caused a lot of anxiety.
Our concern all the way through has been to make sure that our students are taken care of, that they're cared for, and that they have good homes that they're living in with these host families, that they have a good academic experience here.
City Councilor Gary Rosen has housed Bancroft students from China for 5 years.
He's a thief, he's an embezzler. He just closed the company down very abruptly. He kept the tuition money and other fees and funds of students and their families in China. 2 students are staying with him. One is a sophomore and was worried how she'd finish high school here and get into college in the U.S. She's got 2 more years ahead of her, and she and her family partnered with that agency through an agency in China, and they thought that was all set. EduBoston still owes Bancroft money. The school has hired a replacement company to take over managing housing, recruiting, and communication.
But the resolution of the financial challenges we'll face going forward as a result of this loss of income, we'll still have to work on that. But for now, yeah, it's a resolution, and it's a good one as far as taking care of our students.
Bancroft wouldn't estimate how much money EduBoston owes them. The Boston Globe reports it could be as high as $600,000. In Worcester, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
New plans show potential for Worcester's Midtown Mall. The downtown property's been subject to scrutiny for its appearance inside and out. And for some of its tenants, talk of a renovation project is encouraging. Our Kim Jandro has the details.
A new look proposed for Worcester's Midtown Mall. It would include a glass facade on the building's front street side. The Worcester Redevelopment Authority had requested the mall's new owner provide an update on renovations and say the design is a step in the right direction.
Showing some commitment to investing in the building, but again, it's a long way between here and the full project build out eventually, wherever that's going to be.
Felicio Lana purchased the Midtown Mall from Dean Marcus in May. We tried to contact Mr. Lana,
Thank you for calling Northeast Properties.
but did not hear back. The city's chief development officer says the mall is surrounded by millions of dollars in new developments downtown and needs to join the process.
I want to bring that building up into the standard of all the other properties around it.
The proposed facade is also encouraging for business owners inside the mall.
I always had faith. As an entrepreneur, you have to take these risks, and sometimes you benefit, other times you pay the price. So far, we are benefiting.
If it's something that showcases my dresses and update from the old version to the new version, yes, I will go for it.
Lorna Ellis bought For You Bridal and Prom in the mall 2 weeks before the building was sold. She's been in business for less than 5 months and says the potential upgrades could be a draw to the area.
What else is there for downtown? Just bars and everything. So it's nice, if they renovate and upgrade the building.
Michael Agbortoko owns Successful Gift Shop. He describes the Midtown Mall as a village. He says if it plans on surviving, these renovations are crucial and could remove the negative connotations associated with the mall.
And we keep our head up and we're pushing forward. And I hope other people in the community will come and at least give us a chance, come see what we're doing.
Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and an Uxbridge woman is using this time to open up about her battle with breast cancer. Our Erin Keating has more.
I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't feel anything.
Denise Rogan says she never felt a lump, and her primary care doctor did not seem too concerned. She always went in for her annual mammograms, but she knew something wasn't right.
And sure enough, I heard those words that you dread, you have breast cancer. I knew it. Nobody else wanted to believe me, but it wasn't easy to hear.
Rogan was initially diagnosed with stage 0 non-invasive breast cancer after she found a mole on her breast. After 3 unsuccessful lumpectomies, the diagnosis turned out to be a little more serious, and Rogan had to get a mastectomy.
It was like a year and a half of, a real disruption in my life.
Rogan says the American Cancer Society set her up on their Road to Recovery program. She was matched with a peer mentor breast cancer survivor who coached her throughout the process.
I had met with her and she gave me a lot of good information. She kind of confirmed everything that they were telling me and what kind of treatments I should have. Unless you've been through it yourself, you really can't understand that emotional stuff.
Since her diagnosis, Rogan has been an advocate for breast cancer awareness. She walked in the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer walk in Worcester just 2 months after her mastectomy back in 2012. She's participated in every year since. This year, she spoke.
You see all this pink, and all these women wearing survivor banners and, and others walking in memory of someone. It's very, very emotional, but it's very uplifting at the same time.
Rogan says although it's been a long time since she's had breast cancer, she wants people to know they can get through it.
You can do this and have a good attitude, because laying in bed crying is not going to help you.
Rogan says one of her favorite parts of Breast Cancer Awareness Month is seeing the NFL teams wearing pink when she watches the games with her family. In Worcester, Erin Keating, Worcester News Tonight.